York Mets take on the Montreal Expos.
Hey, intern.
Yes, Mr. Shorts?
Hey, your front office just called.
Yeah, just called.
And your mom wants you to know that...
Bad news.
They can't find your dog.
Lost.
Barnaby?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Ran away.
Yeah, ran away. It's
No,
gone.
he didn't.
You live next to the freeway, don't you? That's tough news, huh?
But Barnaby's gone.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yep. We're just... That's a joke.
Just pulling your leg.
That's not nice at all.
He fell for it.
Go get some coffee, okay?
Up to it, will you? That was
Go,
funny,
hurry up.
Jimmy.
Hurry up, get some coffee.
Oh, that was good. Hello again, everybody. Tim Kitcher with you, along with one of baseball's living treasures, Jimmy Shorts.
You know, Tim, man, I read in the papers today you and I might be getting fired for what we said yesterday.
Well, Jimmy, as my dad always used to say, if you want to walk on water first, you got to get out of the boat. And here comes the leadoff hitter to the plate. Glavin, now the windup. Bergeron takes a cold strike. 0-1's the count. Notice how he holds his hands right up next to his ears, Jimmy? He should bring them down a little closer to his body.
You ever eat pig ears, Tim?
Now, he's not known to be a sinker ball pitcher, but that was a great sinker. Not that I know of, Jimmy. Glavin, the windup. And he got him looking.
Sit down, come on.
Still one out. Bases are empty. Glavin, the windup. Gets under it, right field. And Burnett pulls it down. Two outs, nobody on base. Sapicki stares down the pitcher. Sends a blast, right field. Jumps it to first, and he beats the throw.
Well, he's got to drop one and left. That'll get him on base.
2 outs, 1 on. Guerrero takes a cold strike.
Okay, good eye. That's a way to work it.
And he ropes one over the second baseman's head. Sapicki rounding second. And Guerrero is on with a single. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Glavin, and here's the windup. Got under that one to left field. And Cedeno catches it for the final out. And that ends the top half of the inning. After a half inning of play, we are tied at 0. Tonight on Newsbreakers following the game, the city pothole scandal grows bigger. The cover-up surrounding funds that were supposed to cover up potholes have disappeared. Or have they? You'll be shocked to find out what we found out in this shocking report. Line smash to the shortstop. And Cabrera puts it away. 1 out, nobody on base. Alomar gets ready. Alomar takes a strike, 0-1.
He didn't like that one. You know, funny how hitters are so picky, but when it comes to clutch time, I'll tell you, they swing at dirt balls.
And he wasn't fooled by that pitch out of the zone. And he lays off that pitch out of the strike zone. Vasquez winds up. And that's lined over the third baseman. And he puts it away. There are 2 outs. Base is empty. Floyd digs in. Line shot to first. The play at first. He is safe. 2 outs, 1 on. Takes off. Hit on the line over the first baseman. And that's line foul. And now the pitch. Hit sharply over the shortstop. Floyd rounding second. Now rounding third. And Piazza pulls up at second with a double. There are 2 outs here with runners at second and third. Vaughn stands in. Good eye there on the pitch outside.
He didn't even flinch there. Well, I'll tell you, this booth stinks, Tim.
Hit hard over the shortstop. And Sapicki reels it in. And that'll do it for this inning. After an inning of play, we are scoreless. Tonight on Practical Reality and Mishaps, TV funnyman Ed Walston mistakenly jokes with his waiter. Watch what happens when our professional stuntman and 3-time kickbox champion is not amused. And here's the batter to lead things off. Barrett stands in. Barrett takes a cold strike. 0-1's the count.
You know, do you think he's saying to himself, I'm going to swing or I'm not going to swing? You know, that's the real science to hitting. Either you swing or you don't.
Barrett takes a cold strike, 0-2.
He should have swung at that one. That was a meatball.
Glavin with the windup. And he lifts this one to right field. And Burnett pulls it in. One out. Bases are empty. Cordero takes a cold strike. The count is 0-1.
That looked good right over the plate, but what do I know?
Fires, gets under it to left field, and he'll make the play. There are 2 outs. Base is empty. And this guy has quite a formidable arm, doesn't he, Jimmy?
Is that his real arm? It looks kind of fake. Remember that $6 million man? He had fake arms, one fake leg.
Fly ball left field. And he pulls it down. And that ends the frame. At the middle of 2, we are tied at 0. And coming up after the game, a very special episode of My Old Man's a Dork. Corey's stinging one-liners and wisecracks go a step too far. This gripping episode will disturb you. Discretion is advised. And here comes the first batter to lead off the inning. Wigginton digs in. Delivers. And he doesn't take the bait on the pitch away.
This kid knows how to wait for his pitch.
It's sharply, but foul. And that's lined over the first baseman. He makes the grab. One out, nobody on base. Burnett takes a strike, 0-1.
That pitch looked good to me, but that's neither here nor there. No use in wondering what could have been.
It's sharply into left field, and it bounces off the wall. Burnett rounds first, guns it to second, and Burnett has himself a single. One out, a man on base. Vasquez stares down the batter. And he ropes one to short. And he'll make the play. And the ball is knocked loose. Throws to second, guns it to first, and he is tagged out. And they turn the double play.
How about this infield? Man, you gotta love that defense.
And so, at the end of 2, we are scoreless. Tonight at 10 on Newsbreakers, we uncover sexy secrets of the stars. You'll be shocked to see what we found.
You know, I can't wait to see that.
Glavin, now ready. Got under that one to right center. And he puts it away. Bergeron, 0 for 1 to this point. Struck out in his last at bat. 1 out, nobody on base. Steps in. The pitch. Sends up a drive right center. The throw to first. He's in there safely. 1 out, runner at first base. Vidro looking for a pitch he can drive. And that one just careened off his helmet. Yikes! Now, if he can grab another hit this time around, we're going to see some fireworks. Just 1 out, and they've got men on base. Drives one to left field. And Cedeno makes the catch. Two outs here, but they do have men on base. The pick off to second, and he's back safely. He just dropped the ball. Breaks for third. Got him. After 2.5 innings, we are scoreless. And don't forget, it's Western Week at WBNT. Stay tuned after the game for the network premiere of Big Rough Saddle Riders. It's an action-packed ride. The pitch.
You ever get zapped plugging in a dryer in a bathtub? Man, that's what that's got to feel like. That hurts.
No outs, man on first. Cedeno steps into the batter's box. That curveball is devastating. Jimmy, when a guy misses that badly, it makes him feel about 2 feet big.
Small. The expression's 2 feet small, unless you're talking about a hot dog. You like wieners, Tim?
Hit sharply second base. And Vidro makes the grab. And that's 2.
And with flawless execution, they turn the double play.
There are 2 outs. Base is empty. Alomar gets ready. And that's grounded foul. Hit in the air to center field. Bergeron, he can't come up with it. Alomar heading for second. And Alomar winds up at second with a double. There are 2 outs. Runner on second. Line foul.
This guy throws so hard you gotta swing before you see the ball. It's the only way you're gonna hit it.
Foul. Vasquez winds up, hit hard second base. And Vidro makes the grab for the final out. And that ends the inning. end of 3. We are tied at 0. Tonight on an all-new Buddies, Brock McCoy, star of The Weather Guy, guest stars in a very special episode of Buddies. You won't want to miss it. It's sure to be action-packed. And here comes the batter at the plate to lead off the inning. Glavin, and here's the windup. And he couldn't lay off of that one.
Like he's playing wiffle ball or something. Did you hear the whiff sound? Whiff?
Hit hard right
You
side.
can't make a nicer catch than that.
Tatis, 0 for 1 thus far. Flied out his last at bat. 1 out, nobody on base. Steps in. Line foul. Hit hard into left field, and that's line foul. And he doesn't bite on that pitch inside.
He was wise to lay off on that one.
Glavin, the windup. There's a shot at first base, and Vaughn reels it in. There are 2 outs. Base is empty. Barrett stands in. Hit hard right side. Vaughn fields this one on the bounce. And so in the middle of the 4th, we are scoreless. And tonight, following the game on Crime Scene Witness Stories, an eyewitness tells the story of witnessing a witness disappearance in a witness relocation program gone bad. It's sure to excite you. Piazza, 1 for 1 on the day. Doubled last time up. Piazza takes a cold strike.
And he takes that pitch. Yeah, he's looking for something that he can drive.
Vasquez, now the windup. The smash to second. And he dropped the ball. And the ball pops loose. Piazza heading for second. And he popped that ball loose. No outs, runner at second. Vaughn takes a cold strike. The count is 0-1. And he really got hung out to dry on that pitch. Fly ball right field. The play at first. Out. Only 1 out, and they've got a man on third. The move to third, and he didn't get him. The pickoff to third, and he's safe. He couldn't lay off that one. Man, that was some kind of pitch. I'm not sure if he meant to do that or if that was some kind of freakish mistake.
Come on, Tim. I used to be able to throw those all the time when I was younger. It's all in the wrist, baby.
Whatever, partner. And he doesn't take the bait on that one. It's sharply, but foul. Delivers. Sends up a drive left field. He makes the grab. He just dropped the ball. There are 2 outs, but they've got a man on third. And that's line foul. And now the pitch, line foul. Strike three.
The good thing in baseball is you always have another chance.
At the end of four, we are scoreless. Tonight on Newsbreakers, what you don't know about your toothbrush can't hurt you. Or can it? What we found may shock you. Or will it?
Well, you know they say that the mouth is the filthiest part of the human body?
Cordero, 0 for 1 to this point. Flying out his last at bat. Stands in. And he makes the diving grab! Cabrera, nothing doing today. Flying out his last at bat. 1 out. Bases are empty. Sends him reeling to the ground. You know, I got hit in the back of my head with a golf ball once, and it left a little depression in my skull. Feel discipline here. 1 out, runner at first base. Vasquez takes a cold strike. 0-1 to the count. And this guy looks very stiff at the plate right now, Jimmy.
Yeah, he looks like one of those guys made out of wax at the museums. I hate the museums.
Yeah, you know, I read where it would take over 72,000 birthday candles to make one Babe Ruth. Isn't that something? And he holds up on the pitch in close.
I don't think that's where the pitcher wanted that one. See if he comes back inside here.
He looks at a called strike 3.
Well, no use complaining to the ump. He did it to himself.
2 outs, and they've got him in on first. Bergeron takes a cold strike.
You know, my dad always said, you know, if you want to get in the water, you better start swimming.
Releases, hit in the air to right field. Guns it to second, and he is out. With the bottom of the inning coming up, we are tied at 0.
Oh, that don't sound good.
Tips on how you can secure your home.
I had a pet squirrel once.
Oh, they're cute.
No, not really. He bit our mailman, and we had to put him down.
And who delivered your mail, Jimmy?
Never got it again.
Sanchez takes a strike, 0-1.
You didn't like that? Hey, too bad. Swing next time.
Sanchez takes a cold strike, 0-2's the count.
And he lays off on that one. You know, I wonder if he just swung at everything you would normally never swing at, and vice versa if you would become a great hitter.
There's a fly ball out to right field. No. 1 out. Bases are empty. And he looks at one inside.
Oh, and he wouldn't bite on that offering. You know, that may have been a little bit out of the zone, but not much.
And that's line foul. Fires. Hit high in the air. This one has a chance. And it does! Touch them all! It's a home run! And Glavin gives his team the lead. That ball wasted no time leaving the park.
I don't care if the pitcher threw a bowling ball. He was going to hit that out no matter what.
Jimmy, that one looked like it was launched from Cape Canaveral.
I went to see it launch once.
Oh, that must be exciting.
Yeah, Tim. And I burnt my retinas so bad. Man, oh man. I had to wear them welding glasses for like 2 weeks.
1 out, nobody on base. Pitch on the way. Cedeno takes a cold strike. 0-1's the count.
Oh, what do you know? For once he didn't swing. And he shut up. Oh, I thought that was a miss, Tim.
Jimmy, that looks good, that pie. I couldn't... Hit high and deep. This one could go. And it does! Touch 'em all! It's a home run! And Cedeno puts his team ahead by 2. He waited for his pitch, and he knew exactly what to do with it.
That's the kind of pitch a hitter dreams of, but boy, when they see it, they usually whiff.
A lot of youngsters at the park today, Jimmy, and that home run will be a special memory for a lot of them. Now, you know what they say, youth is wasted on the young, Jimmy.
But the youngsters waste no time cheering their hero as he circles those bases. Man, that was beautiful.
You know, when I was a kid, Jimmy, I always seemed to be staring at someone or something in the stands. I'd miss the homer. I was a little space cadet, I guess. He didn't miss that one by much, but he's in the hole 0-1. Good pitch, bad swing, a classic game of chess between the pitcher and the hitter. Hit sharply into right center. And Alomar is on with a single. 1 out, runner at first base. Hit high in the air. This one has a chance. And it does! Touch 'em all! It's a home run! And Floyd puts his team up by 4. He took a mighty swing and deposited that ball in the home run vault.
Oh, he just waited. That's perfect timing, Tim. He waited, then he pulled the trigger and hit a bullseye.
He put a punishing hit on that ball.
Oh, did the wall move closer or what? That's luck.
Piazza, 2 for 2 on the day. Singled last time up. 1 out. Bases are empty. Looking for a good pitch. Hit sharply, but foul. There's a shot, second base, and he pulls it down. Two outs, nobody on base. Vaughn digs in. The pitch, and that's line foul. Vaughn takes a cold strike.
He lays off on that one. And I would have called that a ball.
Line foul. Vasquez with the windup. Little looper to second.
I never thought he was much of a defensive player, but boy, he proved me wrong there.
And that'll retire the side. After the bottom half of the inning, New York leads by 4. Stay tuned for From Left Field immediately following the game. Then it's the season premiere of the powerful new drama, Mason's River Crossing. And here's the batter to lead things off. The pitch. And he looked a little confused by that pitch.
He was caught in no man's land there, you know, kind of half committing to the swing.
And that's line foul. And that's lined over the third baseman. This one's going to be trouble. Cedeno fields it on the bounce. And Vidro has himself a base hit. Sapicki, 1 for 2 in this game. Flied out his last at bat. No outs and a man on. Glavin has the sign. A quick throw to first, and he's back safely. Line smash into left field. Vidro rounding second. Rounds third. And Sapicki is on second with a double. No outs, men on second and third. Guerrero gets ready. Hit sharply, but foul. And here comes the runner from third. Ground smash toward the hole. The play at home. The Expos narrow the deficit. No outs, runners on base. Tatis stares down the pitcher. And now the pitch. There's a fly ball out to center field. Fires to first. Only one out. Runners on first and second. Barrett takes a called strike. The count is 0-1.
You know, you can't teach a kid patience, but I tell you, this kid's got patience. Maybe too much patience.
Drives one to center field. And he puts it away. The throw to first. There are 2 outs. Men on first and second. Cordero gets ready. Hit hard into right center. Guns it to first. To picking. Rounds third. The play at third. After that half inning of play, New York leads by 3. Tonight on Newsbreakers, why Johnny can't read. Maybe it's because Johnny's teacher doesn't know Jack. Are your kids' teachers qualified to teach? What we found out will disturb you. Learn the shocking truth about why Johnny can't learn. And he wasn't fooled by that pitch out of the zone.
You know, they say ball players have great eyes, and that's a good example right there.
And he looks at the pitch off the plate.
He just said, I don't like that one, throw me another. Good hitters do that.
Vasquez winds up. And he rubs one over the first baseman. Wigginton rounding first. And Wigginton reaches base safely. Burnett's looking for a pitch he can drive. The move to first, and the runner gets back in. He swung right through that one.
Swung at it like he was chopping weeds.
Burnett takes a called strike 0-2. What was the name of that movie with that girl from the Brady Bunch? Clueless? This guy could star in the sequel. There's a shot to the shortstop. And Cabrera pulls it down. And that's a double play.
Bada bing boom ba double play there, baby.
And he could have made that one, Jimmy. 2 outs, nobody on base.
I don't know, Jim. He was running pretty hard. He looked like a truck with no brakes.
Sanchez digs in. And that's lined over the second baseman. Throws to first, and he beats the throw. And so there are 2 outs and a runner at first base. Drives that one to center field. And Bergeron puts it away. And that'll do it for the bottom half of the inning. And so at the end of the inning, the Mets lead by 3. You know, today's players are so big and strong, Jimmy. Just amazing. Say, how's your trainer working out?
My trainer, Tim's in the hospital. He dropped a weight on his foot.
And here comes the batter to lead things off this inning. The ball is lined over the second baseman's head. And Burnett's makes the grab. One out, nobody on base. Vasquez takes a strike, 0-1.
He didn't even know that he didn't swing. He's daydreaming or he's somewhere else.
And he doesn't take the bait on the pitch away.
He looked like a Roman statue just standing there.
Good eye there on the pitch outside, and he would not bite at that offering. Oh, just a terrific pitch there.
These guys don't show it, but they're scared to death of that fastball.
Line smash second base, and Alomar makes the catch. There are 2 outs. The base is empty. And he lifts this one to right field. And Bergeron is on first with a single. 2 outs, a man on base. And he just got popped in the beezer. Here we go. And he is heading to the mound. Oh! And he is a wiry fellow, isn't he, Jimmy? Look, he's wrapped himself around the other guy like a pretzel. There are 2 outs, but they do have runners on base. Sapicki takes a cold strike.
You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him hit a baseball.
And that was just an embarrassing swing right there.
Let that be a lesson to you youngsters. Don't embarrass yourself.
And that ball is belted. A home run. And Sapicki ties the score. You talk about a guy with power. That was frightening.
You know, when you hit something that hard, it doesn't matter what it is. It just feels good.
You know, I never hit a home run in Little League, high school, college, or in the minors. I'd give anything to hit one out in a Major League park.
I thought you never played ball at all.
I didn't. That's why I said I never hit one out, Jimmy. Guerrero, 2 for 3 thus far. A run-scoring single in his last attempt. Guerrero takes a cold strike. The count is 0-1. And he just froze up like a beauty contestant after being asked who her favorite offer is. Gets under it, right field. And that's line foul. And he doesn't bite on that pitch inside.
You know, as a hitting coach, all you can do is hit your players. I mean, hard every day. Hit them. Then they learn how to hit.
And he goes down swinging. I'd swear that ball went right through his bat. I'd have that bat checked if I was him. After that half inning of play, we're all tied up.
Rubbing Georgia dirt on your balls before you're using them during a baseball game, it's tradition. It started way back in the 20s.
And here's the batter to lead things off. Cedeno steps into the batter's box. Ground ball, but foul. Sends a blast right field, and he'll make the play. This guy's batting 1,000 so far. Let's see if he can light it up for real. One out, nobody on base. Lined over the second baseman. This one could be extra bases. Alomar rounds first. The throw to second. Safe. And the ball is knocked loose. Now this guy is still smoldering from his last hit. Another one here, and you'd better call the fire department. Releases. Line smash, third base. And Floyd has himself a base hit. Only one out, runners at the corners. Got under that one to center field, and he pulls it down. 2 outs, runners at the corner. And here comes the runner from third. Line foul, and he hits a rope that is caught by the third baseman for the out. And so at the end of the inning, we are tied.
You know, I wonder how they played baseball before they had lights. I mean, you're in total darkness on a baseball run. That had to have been dangerous.
And here comes the batter to the plate to lead off the inning. Delivers. And that, my friends, is a good old-fashioned fastball. And he's pressing right now. He's got to relax and let the game come to him. And that's line foul. Hit sharply, but foul. And he lifts this one to right field. The play at first. He got him. Barrett 0 for 3 at this point. Flied out his last at bat. 1 out, nobody on base. And that's line foul.
He swung so early, he could have swung twice.
Barrett takes a cold strike, 0-2. Now, sometimes a hitter overthinks at the plate, Jimmy. He was looking for a certain pitch, then he got one right down the middle and throws up. This pitcher is one tough cookie. His arm is very explosive.
Well, his arm sure explodes like a cannon. I bet he has some good arm insurance.
There are 2 out. Base is empty. Cordero steps in. The pitch. This one has a chance, and that ball is gone. Goodbye. A home run. And Cordero gives his team the lead. That was an exclamation mark.
You might find some teeth marks on that because he just chewed that one off.
And the pitcher's really got to be getting down on himself right now. It actually wasn't a bad pitch. It's tough to shake it off and get back to work, but that's exactly what he has to do. Cabrera, 0 for 2 on the day. Flied out his last at bat. There are 2 outs. The base is empty. And he shows a good eye holding up on that pitch. And he showed great control holding off on that one. And he laces one over the shortstop. Cabrera rounds first. Fires to second. He's in there safely. He's 0 for 3 thus far. Flied out his last at bat. There are 2 outs. Runner on second. Gets ready. Hard ground ball towards second. The play at first, and he is out. At the bottom of the inning coming up, Montreal leads by 1.
You know, I was thinking about this, Tim, last night. Maybe you can help me. How many urinal cakes do ballparks go through each year?
And here comes the batter to lead things off this inning. Well, my uncle used to be a urine cake salesman, Jimmy. I'll ask him. He sold urine cakes door to door in the 20s downtown when the first multi-urinal men's rooms began popping up. Holds up on the pitch out of the strike zone. Normally he would have swung at that one, Jimmy, but he's really been developing into a much more patient hitter these days. Hit sharply to the shortstop, and Vasquez pulls it in. 1 out. Bases are empty. Fires. And he gets under it, and that'll go foul. Pitch on the way. Hit sharply back to the mound. He makes the grab. Sanchez has picked up 1 hit and 3 at-bats today. Singled last time up. Vasquez winds up. Sanchez takes a called strike. 0-1's the count.
Hey, do me a favor, Tim. Wake me up, okay, when this guy swings the bat?
Delivers. High hopper toward short. The throw to first. And there you have it. The Expos get the win. That's going to do it for us. Tim Kitzrow for my good friend Jimmy Short saying...
See you next time, everybody. Remember, mask off!